In today's video, we'll be going over all of the PlayStation Store deals for the week. We've got 2 new sales live right now, very small sales, but a couple of titles to check out and some good deals on them, so I'll take a look at that. Also, yesterday I talked about how PlayStation Now has become a really good service in 2018. Sony has done a very good job with it, allowing us to download PlayStation 4 games and PlayStation 2 titles. Well, now PlayStation Now is getting a major update in December, adding 50 more PlayStation 4 games and some pretty good titles as a part of that. We don't know what the entirety of the 50 new games are going to consist of, but we do have a couple of titles announced. Also, for those of you that are big Crash fans, I know a lot of you guys have been wanting a Crash Team Racing remaster. Well, it looks like that'll be happening, and it looks like it might be announced at the Game Awards. Also, there's an absolutely free Warframe Fortuna theme available right now. It's a dynamic theme, so I do want to point your guys' attention to that. The Just Cause 4 reviews are in, the Metacritic score is live, and I do want to take a look at what some of the reviews are saying and the overall Metacritic score. And lastly, I want to round out this video by offering you guys a great deal on the Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Amazon's got the hookup for that, and we'll take a look at that at the end of this video. First up, the PlayStation Store sales. We've got a Deep Silver sale as well as an Elder Scrolls Online sale. Of course, the ESO sale is very, very small, so I want to first take a look at the Deep Silver sale. Kingdom Come Deliverance is 35% off for $38.99. Still think that's a little bit pricey on that, but if you do want a realistic historical RPG, this is definitely a good one that had some issues at launch, but has become a better and better experience. While not perfect, again, if you want some realism attached to your RPG, if you want some hardcore elements, Kingdom Come Deliverance will have you covered, and a sizable amount of content attached to that. So if we're talking that $39 perspective from just a value standpoint and how many hours of gameplay you're getting, Kingdom Come Deliverance absolutely has you covered on that end. Agony is 50% off for $19.99. I'm not going to give that game a recommendation. Not a very good horror title. Was very excited going into that game's release. Didn't turn out all too well. Dead Island Definitive Collection, however, 70% off for $11.99. Think that's a pretty good deal. Not all too bad there. Agents of Mayhem, the Total Mayhem bundle is 80% off, down to $5.99. Agents of Mayhem is a super underrated game. I could understand why back when it was released in August of last year, I believe, it was a little bit underappreciated because at a $59.99 price point, kind of a hard sell, but now down to $6 if you want that zany Saints Row experience. Goodbye. Probably the best deal as a part of this sale is the On the Metro Redo Collection. That's 80% off for $5.99. Guys, I've said so many good things about Metro 2033 and Last Light. If you want some really good, high-quality, single-player first-person shooter with some great atmospheric effects, great visuals, a great story, and of course, we are coming up on the release of Metro Exodus, and given the fact that these are story-driven games, yes, the gameplay is great, but the story is also really good. Before you jump into Metro Exodus, play through Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light. They're sizable games as well for single-player first-person shooters, around a 10 to 11-hour story, so can't say enough good things about those, and again, you're getting them for $3 a pop with that deal. I just talked about Agents of Mayhem, but Saints Row Re-Elected and Get Out of Hell is also on sale. That bundle is 75% off for $7.49. That's pretty good. Mighty Number 9 is 75% off for $4.99 as well. I don't know if I would give that game a recommendation, but hey, if you're dying for that Mega Man experience and Mega Man 11 is just a little bit out of your price range, $4.99 for Mighty Number 9 isn't absolutely atrocious. So those are some of the deals as a part of the Deep Silver sale. Also, there's an Elder Scrolls Online sale running right now. You can get the base game of Elder Scrolls Online for $9.99. The Elder Scrolls Online Somerset, however, that's a really good deal at $14.99. The entire collection is available 50% off for $39.99. The Elder Scrolls Online has become a really, really good MMO. It had a lot of issues at launch, but as is the case with a ton of MMOs and just a ton of games these days, No Man's Sky, Final Fantasy 14, and ESO, they've definitely turned around the ship for the Elder Scrolls Online, and now at a budget price point, worth a shot to check it out. Okay, so those are all of the sales available right now. Moving on from that, PlayStation Now is developing into something to keep an eye on, because now in December, PlayStation Now will be adding 50 more PlayStation 4 games, highlighted by Ubisoft's multiplayer action title in For Honor. And of course, with the addition of these 50 new PlayStation 4 titles, because they are PS4 games, they will all be downloadable, so if you sign up, you can download them directly onto your PlayStation 4, and as long as you keep an active PlayStation Now subscription, these games will be playable. For Honor is a really good game and still sees a relatively high price point, but outside of that, it has been confirmed that we'll get Adventure Time Pirates of the Enchiridion, the classic Super Star Wars, the 2D platform in Dendara, JRPG in Fairy Fencer F Advent Dark Force. We'll also be getting Raiden 5 Director's Cut, really solid shoot 'em up there, and the fast-paced thrill ride in Tron Run. And on top of the PlayStation 4 games, there are quite a bit of PlayStation 3 titles, and I would say that is where the quality of PS Now stems from. from. Unfortunately, those games are not downloadable, but you've got games like Red Dead Redemption there. A lot of the Yakuza games are there. Infamous is on there. I believe the first Ni no Kuni is on there. There are a lot of solid PlayStation 3 titles, and if you do have a decent internet connection, streaming those are great as well. And do remember that, yes, I've been touting a lot that you can download all of these PlayStation 4 titles, but if you do have a really solid internet connection, you can stream those games as well. So if you don't want to eat away at your hard drive space, you have the option to stream the game, or you can download the game, so you really get the best of both worlds. However, one issue with PlayStation Now has always been the pricing. At $20 a month, it's a pretty high price point. However, the PlayStation Store's got a great deal on a 12-month subscription. They've got it for $80, and at that point, you're paying what? A little bit under $7 a month for PlayStation Now? That's a great price to pay for PlayStation Now. If you have your worries about how your internet is going to hold up, do know that there's a PlayStation Now 7-day trial available. You can sign up for the trial, you can play whatever games you want, you can test out the streaming, and see if the service works for you. But as I mentioned, the PS4 games are all downloadable, so even if you don't have the best internet connection with those games being downloadable, there is an added incentive to be a PlayStation Now subscriber. The one thing that's a little bit of a bummer is they've really seemed to focus on the PlayStation 4 games and adding more PS4 games. I get that offering them as downloadable titles adds a huge incentive to a lot of people signing up to PlayStation Now, but I would love to see more PlayStation 3 games. Yes, they're only streamable, but there are some great PS3 games that I would love to revisit, and having them available as a part of the PlayStation Now catalog, that would be awesome. But they haven't really added depth to the PlayStation 3 catalog in quite a while. The depth is already there, to be fair, but there can be more games added. That's just something I want to see in the future. So have your mind open to PlayStation Now. The service is getting better and better. Moving on from that, we already got the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, but a lot of you guys have been wanting a Crash Team Racing remaster, and it looks like that'll be happening. Over on Twitter, PlayStation Access presenter Holly Bennett teased a photo that Crash Team Racing will be remastered, and it specifically says sliding into the Game Awards on December 6th from Anonymous. And it shows Crash-colored furry dice, and I think that really can only mean a Crash Team Racing remaster, and Eurogamer has also understand that this is the real deal, and Activision will apparently be making this announcement official later this week. Crash Team Racing didn't reach the incredible popularity of, say, a Mario Kart, but it was a very good arcade racer in its own right, and for us PlayStation guys, we can't even experience Mario Kart, so Crash Team Racing does act as a pretty good substitute. That's another game that looks to be announced at the Game Awards. Unfortunately, I think for the majority of people, when we were hit with that north of 10 new game announcements, maybe a remaster of Crash Team Racing can be seen as a little bit of a disappointment, but for a lot of you guys, you are probably super happy, so it's a catch-22. And moving on from that, I know you guys like your free stuff. Well, there is a Warframe dynamic Fortuna theme available right now. Fortuna was the latest major expansion for Warframe, and it really added a lot of content to Warframe, which is one of the best free-to-play experiences on the PlayStation 4. Really can strip away that on the PlayStation 4 fact. It's one of the best free-to-play games available, and you can celebrate Warframe Fortuna with this dynamic theme, again, absolutely free. Not gonna spend too much time on that dynamic theme, but we'll leave a link in the description box down below. Moving on from that, all of the Just Cause 4 reviews have been posted. All of the reviews are coming from the PC version of the game, which for PlayStation gamers is a little bit of a disappointment, so I do want to look at what some of the reviews are saying. Currently, the PC version of the game is sitting at a 76 on Metacritic, with a lot of the reviews being a little bit mixed. IGN scored the title a 7.9, saying Just Cause 4 is a slightly better version of Just Cause 3's destruction-fueled action, but lacks a big new idea to give it an identity of its own. I think that's what a lot of people expected going into Just Cause 4. Yes, fundamentally, it did look like the Just Cause we knew and love. However, it didn't really seem any different than Just Cause 3, just a minor improvement on top of that. God is a Geek has the game pegged at an 8 with its extreme weather scenarios and the familiar over-the-top usage of Rico's grapple gun, wingsuit, and parachute. Just Cause 4 is the most ridiculous and best it has ever been. So again, I think this review indicates that this is more of the Just Cause you know and love, and for a lot of people, that's gonna be enough to give it a buy. Unfortunately, and I've made it aware that I don't foresee this game doing all too well commercially, so I can see it going on sale rather quickly. And if you're on a tight budget, maybe Just Cause 4 is a game that's better to hold out for and wait on a better deal. And speaking of deals, Spyro Reignited Trilogy was recently released. However, you can already get it for a bit of a discount over on Amazon. They've slashed the price 25%, taking it down from its initial $39.99 price, which is already really good. And it's available for just $29.99. You get all 3 Spyro games, and it's relatively content-filled. To go through all 3 of the Spyro games, get the Platinum trophies, that's probably going to keep you busy for around 20 hours. Unfortunately, at this moment, Amazon doesn't have it in stock, but you can place your order right now, get the good deal, and it'll be in stock by December 11th, and you should get it well before Christmas. So that's going to conclude this video. Again, we've got some new PlayStation Store sales live right now with the Deep Silver sale and the ESO sale. PlayStation Now is adding 50 more PlayStation 4 games, including For Honor, and you can get a 12-month subscription to PS Now for just $80. Crash Team Racing looks to be getting a remaster. You can get a free Warframe dynamic Fortuna theme. Just Cause 4 reviews are coming in. The PC version currently has a 76 on Metacritic, and I'll leave a link where you guys can get Spyro Reignited Trilogy for just $29.99 on Amazon. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.